You might well be wondering what this is. It's actually an artichoke, which you've probably eaten the heart of it, maybe on some pizza. They're also very good in salads and pastas. It looks slightly odd. It's actually related to the thistle family, and it takes a little bit of time to prepare, but it is worth the effort. And what you need to do is just strip off the tough outer leaves. Now, I've got a big pile of lemons next to me, and I've done that for a reason, because as you take the leaves off, what you need to do is rub around it with lemon juice. If you don't do that, it'll end up going brown and nasty and discolouring. So it does oxidise, so you do need to keep a bit of an eye on that. You can also just keep dipping it into a bowl of cold water with some lemon juice in it. So keep taking these off like this. You don't actually have to take the leaves off if you don't want. One of the classic French ways of preparing this is just to trim the stem off and then pop it whole into some boiling water. Cook for about 40 minutes or so. And then what you do is you just strip off each leaf, dip it into some hollandaise or melted butter, and then with your teeth just take off the fleshy bit and discard the rest of the leaf. But the best bit is the heart, and that's what we're trying to get to today. So I've done that. I'm just going to cut the stem off, because again that's quite tough. Pop that off, and then what you want to do is just cut through the leaves to about, you want to take off about 5 centimetres or so. It's quite a nice sharp knife, just like so. And then all you have to do is take a small knife, take those tough leaves off, and what you'll do is get to that lovely white bit inside. Takes a little bit of time to do that, so what I've done is actually got one earlier. So you can see I've taken off all the leaves. It's lovely and smooth, and it's just pale yellow. Now there's one other thing you have to do, and that is the choke. And what that is, it's very similar to a thistle, and you can't eat it. It'll stick in your throat. It'll be very unpleasant. But it's very easy to get rid of. You just get a small teaspoon like this and just scrape away at this, and it scoops out. There we go. Coming out like this, and then you just want to discard that into a small bowl, like so. You need to make sure all of that comes off, because you really don't want to be eating that. So really dig into it. And again, if you're eating it whole, you don't want to eat that, so you take that out before using it. So there we go. Nearly done. Now that's all done. And what you're left with now is the artichoke heart. I'm just going to rub a bit more lemon on that. Now that's what people normally think of as the best bit of the artichoke. There's a couple of ways of cooking it. You can braise it. It's also rather nice just popped on a barbecue. It's a very summery vegetable. It's a lovely way of eating it. But again, what the French normally do, they like to just gently simmer it. Again, you need to have a pan of water, put some lemon in it because you don't want it to brown. Then pop it in the pan. You don't really want it to stick out too much. So if you've got a small saucer, you can pop that on the pan, perhaps a colander, just to weigh it down. And then you want to cook it for about 20 to 40 minutes, just until it's soft. If you want to cook it a bit quicker, you can always cut it into quarters. And then I like to serve it perhaps on a salad, or perhaps with a lovely buttery sauce. Take it outside into the garden, and there you go, your artichoke to enjoy to eat.